Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. People from all over the world have already begun making preparations for the new year, which is just a few hours away. People are preparing to spend the holiday season in opulent locations, hotels have been reserved, music concerts and award functions are being organized with the full provisions of alcoholic stores. The purpose of these events is to allow millions of people to dance until midnight while inebriated and subsequently commit adultery on the streets like donkeys and pigs. Most virtuous people will commit the sin in their hotel rooms, which they reserved specifically to do so with an unfamiliar person. These activities are planned in advance to maximize enjoyment. On no other night of the year are so many illicit activities committed openly and boastfully as on New Year's Eve. The Satan is exceedingly delighted with humans on this night and the subsequent day, in contrast to the other days of the year. In their eyes, this is the essence of freedom and empowerment. The individual who is liberated from clothing and is able to exist as an animal and engage in these activities with anyone, including those with whom they are acquainted or not, a child or even an animal, is the most empowered. But they have no idea why they are celebrating, and what they are doing has nothing to be happy about. The terrible origins of this so-called Happy New Year are kept concealed from everyone's sight because if people learn about them, they may stop celebrating it, and as a result, stop making Satan smile on these days and nights. The New Year's origins and meaning will be explored in this video. Why have even Muslims forgotten the true Islamic New Year and its date, but are ecstatic to celebrate the approaching one? Have you ever pondered why this date was selected? Below these sparkling festivities is a history steeped in paganism, power battles, and sinister practices. Let us reveal the reality that has been hidden from us. The idea of New Year's Day did not always look the way it does now. The Romans chose January 1st as the day to worship Janus, the god of commencements, gates, and transitions. The depiction of Janus featured two faces, one gazing towards the past and the other towards the future. These two faces stood for revolution and new starts. The calendar chose January as the first month because it bears the name of Janus. Julius Caesar made the Julian calendar and set January 1st as the first day of the new year in 46 BCE. In line with Roman beliefs about Janus, this choice made the day holy for thinking about the past year and making plans for the future. Astronomer and mathematician Sosigenes of Alexandria came up with the idea of a 365-day schedule with a leap year every 4 years. The first month of the Julian calendar were also named after Roman gods. For example, February was named after the Roman holiday of purification, which was called February. Mars was the Roman god of war, and March is named after him. April is named after the goddess Aphrodite, and June is named after the goddess Juno. July is named after Julius Caesar, who was a god for the Romans, and August is named after Augustus, who was an Olympian deity. The Latin words for 7th, 8th, and so on gave rise to the names of the other months. This is the truth about the New Year and how the majority of months got their names from Roman gods. Ancient Rome celebrated the New Year with extravagant parties, feasts, and trance-like ceremonies. People made sacrifices to Janus in the hopes that he would give them favorable luck in the coming year, and additionally, during that era, individuals were excessively indulgent, frequently disregarding moral principles in favor of immorality. Saturnalia was another pagan holiday that inspired modern New Year's traditions. These celebrations were a mix of fun and darker things like gambling and unchecked excess. As we already said, Julius Caesar started the New Year calendar and picked January 1 as the first day of the year. The first New Year celebration took place in Galilee, which is now northern Israel. Jewish troops' blood marked the celebration. People who were there say there was blood in the streets. Many years later, Roman pagans celebrated the New Year by getting very drunk. They thought this was a way to relive the disorderly world that existed before their Roman gods brought order to it. It took a while for January 1st to become the official start of the new year. Early Christians didn't like that the date had pagan roots, so they celebrated the new year on March 25th, which was linked to the Annunciation of Jesus. But as the Roman Empire became Christian, social and political forces forced them to make concessions. Pope Gregory XIII created the Gregorian calendar in 1582, making January 1st the official start of the new year. Pope Gregory XIII intended this choice to align the calendar with the solar year, but it ultimately perpetuated the ancient tradition of Janus. Despite its use in a Christian context, the date retained its original significance. It's becoming stronger that even Christians didn't want to accept Julius Caesar's New Year's calendar because it had pagan roots and was linked to very dark pagan rites and practices. But in the end, it was okay because the church wanted to bring together pagan people and Christians of that time. The things that people do today are similar to what pagans did thousands of years ago. They're mainly immoral, drink booze, gamble, and do other things. There is only one difference. They did it to honor their gods, while today's youth does it as if there is no god. Pagan traditions around us are based on idolatry, and even Muslims celebrate it without thinking about why. Satan has kept these celebrations alive throughout thousands of years so that they can trick us now by saying they're just having fun. Consider why we are breaking so many Islamic rules today. Why are people from all over the world acting in the same awful manner on this one night? The truth is that by being immoral and breaking Allah's laws, they're all showing Satan that he was right when he said he was better than people and that he will drag many people to hellfire and only save those who are loyal to Allah. Whether you want to be worse than Satan or be among those whom Satan is unable to defeat, the choice is yours to make. Allah asked, "What prevented you from prostrating when I commanded you?" He replied, "I'm better than he is. You created me from fire and him from clay." Allah said, "Then get down from paradise. It is not for you to be arrogant here, so get out. You're truly one of the disgraced." He appealed, "Then delay my end until the day of their resurrection." Allah said, "You're delayed until the appointed day." He said, "For leaving me to stray, I will lie in ambush for them on your straight path. I'll approach them from their front, their back, their right, and their left, and then you'll find most of them ungrateful." May Allah safeguard us and our children from the tricks of Satan. Ameen. That's all for today, dear viewers. We hope you found this video informative and engaging. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.